Oop,
Ooh,
Shackle
did
off the
not
mark,
hit the
doesn't
heroes.
quite hit the hero. And Tofu's got nowhere to go. That is a very slow tree. First blood goes to Nefrit. Bottom lane. Dream should be okay here. Just got to make his way through the brambles, make sure he doesn't get caught from those.
Last game, we saw the same safe lane duo, the Clinks and the Clockwork. I think they're strong, but in the last game, we saw Moose get caught out on his way back to the lane, and he lost a lot of his health, which then prevented him from really being too aggressive. This time, has his health, so he's being more active in the lane, but they are still finding some good last hits on the Axe here. A tanky enough hero to deal with the Clinks.
Yeah, really good use of the cogs to secure the 3-minute Lotus as well, making sure that Ace and Boxy can't really contest. And they're falling really low on HP. They've got a lot of CS in this lane, but they are losing the war of attrition, and that Lotus is just going to make it worse. So they're going to have to send out a decent chunk of regen here soon.
Warwick suggesting perhaps with a little help he could kill Nisha. He has been getting in a lot of damage. Nisha does have another set of tangos arriving, so if you don't make the play soon... actually, it's happening right now.
It's going to be right now. 6-1 charges plus the tower's bonus damage, or the bonus armor, but the Flame Guard will get him. Desire will die to the tower. No, he lives! Survives on a sliver of HP, and so will Warwick. A massive find. Now, top lane, Nefrit takes a beating there from these two, but we'll be okay for now. The boar is slowing up this Wind Ranger a ton. This is exactly what we saw last game, right? Except it's the other way. Like, Warwick got pushed out of lane, and Nisha got the double water rune.
I think so. A little some mind games over the observer. He's gonna miss a last hit at this rate.
He gets it. Look at that. And the banner creep. All right, big wins for Nisha. That's funny. That's good
Gloves
stuff.
of haste, OP.
True.
Ooh, dodging a cog. That's gonna keep him alive. If he got hit by that and bounced around,
Yeah.
that would have been an easy kill for Dream to close up.
I will say, despite the lanes and despite like the kills and the like kind of harassment favoring the side of Zero Tenacity, CS is through the roof. I mean, he has 17 denies in the mid lane on Nisha. He's freezing the wave on his high ground. Ember Spirit cannot really walk back here.
No, which means at this rate, he will not be level 6 by the time the 6-minute rune shows up. And that's pretty scary on Ember, because if you can put the Remnant down, you can contest either rune, or just leave it under your tower to be really safe. This time, if you head out and that Dragonite catches you with a stun, if a support is nearby, right, you're not going to get away. So once again, we're going to need to see supports head on over to help out. Ember's not even going to try.
Yeah,
He's actually just
Nisha
going
being
straight to the
level
jungle.
6 also. Yeah, I don't think he can. Like, the fact that Dragonite's level 6, you can't really afford to leave the side lanes, like, alone. Like, we saw Nefrit lose, like, 3/4 of his health in a single shackle. So, a little bit scary. Nisha's going to find a haste rune. All right. Keep your eyes on top lane, the Wisdom Shrine. All of that is pretty much what you're looking for. Oh, he's still not level 6 on Warwick. He's just going to get walked down by Nisha here. Forces him all the way back.
You could still do the Wisdom Shrine play as well, like you said. Haste Rune lasts not as long as it used to, but you could still make your way over if you were interested. It seems like for now, though, with the Catapult here, they actually just want to do as much mid-tower damage as they can.
Ace might be dead here in the bottom lane. A lot of damage coming in from Dream. Just needs one more auto attack. The barrier from the Treant Protector is not going to be enough to save him. So they do manage to find a kill there, thanks to the extra heroes that came mid. But Nisha, he's going to get the tower.
Yeah, it's well done from Zero Tenacity, knowing that Liquid had several heroes mid to force this. You know, you got to get something out of the side lanes then. Maybe stuck around too long trying to get that Wisdom Shrine.
Nice placed Bramble there from Boxy. Dragon Tail to finish the tower. Nisha does not want it to get denied after all that effort. So he's 900 gold ahead of the enemy Ember Spirit. He is crushing this lane. Still denying creeps right in his face. It never gets old.
Focus Fire comes online, immediately used with the help of Tofu. They'll get a trade. Oh, wait, Lotus also available.
He's surviving quite a while, but does end up dying. Battery Assault prevents that last Leech Seed hit.
It's such a pain. You're such a slow attacking hero. Ooh, Midas queued up for the dragon. He's doing so well. It's like, I think I can get a bit more farming here.
Oh my gosh, War cannot catch a break. Amplified Damage Rune spawns bottom, which means it's going to go to Nisha, and I think with that big arrow drawn to the bottom lane, he's like, all right, guys. No, he's going to TP top. Forget it. Come fight up here, maybe take down the Beastmaster.
I think that was Warwick drawing it.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, saying like, oh, I think he's getting the rune and going bottom. So they might not expect us to play top. Well, actually, they're taking the proper precautions. Everyone is backing out until they know where Nisha is.
Well, they find him now. They're like, okay, he's right there. Don't go over there, guys.
Oh, but he's found the
stack.
stack.
No, your stacks.
It's gone so
okay,
fast.
that's problematic.
Uh-oh, Skyrat.
Yeah.
Maybe just wanted to absorb XP from the stack being stolen, but then the Invis Treant Protector sees it coming, sets up for his team. Now you've lost your stack, and you got killed. And now your tower's falling. Zero Tenacity not having much fun these last couple minutes.
Battle Hunger usage there from Ace. He was super close to getting wrapped around him from Moose. Battle Hunger's the creep, gets that extra movement speed, and it's going to be just enough to survive. He will drag that creep wave back now. The rotation back top.
Ah!
Or he just doesn't get range, just barely. Oh, no.
The slow from Nature's Grasp was just enough. Dude, every time
it's so weird seeing Shackle hit like 10 units.
Not only that, but when it hits that many, it's like a flashbang.
But yeah, all right, they do manage to get the kill. Plenty of damage coming in once that wind run ends. Mickey just stepping a little bit too far forward. Good punish there from Zero Tenacity.
That's the Mystic Flare damage. Exactly what you need from this hero. Half that kill was the Skywrath ult. Looks like they're flying Treant Protector top as well. Clockwork is pretty good versus Treant Protector. They picked it as their response. You have the Rocket Flare to find him in the trees when he's not invis. And then when you have the True Sight talent, you can find him when he's invis anyways, or the Eyes in the forest. Power Cogs is great at breaking trees. Battery Assault is really good to mess with the slow attack speed. We've seen that happen a couple times already. So it's a good response, but there is that window where you don't have the True Sight talent, but you have the Eyes in the forest, which I think it's about time for Tofu. If he wants to start saving for it, he's got to stop buying other items. He's got a weird inventory right now.
Looks like they are trying to finish up the mid lane tower as well, and I think with the catapult he's gonna get it. Oh, they fought it, actually going for the terrorize follow-up. Tofu here as well. Oh my goodness. The tower does end up dying, but not without cost. Now bottom lane, they're smoked up here on Tenacity. The roar into the Mystic Flare. I mean, this is what they're looking for. If they can find the axe, it would be huge. They will see him in a moment. He does have a sentry down. There's going to be the chase, but yeah, it gets a little bit too far away.
Can't really
you
stop
gotta do
this
something about this tower, right?
Trying for a cute play with the Hurricane.
No, I'm just gonna give it up. All right, nice pick up there for Warwick. Gets himself a shield rune. Did he end up finishing the Midas?
No, he went back for the armlet.
Okay. I thought the Midas might be a little greedy. The armlet kind of more standard on Dragon Knight if you're going to try and play him as a pseudo damage dealer. He might still end up going back for the Blink Dagger after this, but very strong, at least for now. Radiant Scan does connect.
It's that awkward period we talked about where I think Liquid has the strength to be able to make a couple plays, but since you don't have that Blink Dagger, you don't have those heroes that can initiate without items, all you can really do is walk at them, and as long as you have heroes like the Clockwork who are in the front, you might pick up a Clockwork kill, but you can't get anything bigger. So it's been a bit of a slower game. And that'll probably keep lasting until Nisha grabs this Blink.
Yeah, I think that's a big one. The Vessel for Ember Spirit's also pretty massive. Like, this will give him a lot of actual kill threat, especially onto a hero like Dragon Knight who's got an armlet if he can manage to get the full combo. There is a gold mine just sitting there. Tofu collecting the 3 bounties. He's going to find Desire walking forward. Desire's going to see Boxy. But the chase now continues. Yeah, he drops his sentry. He's like, wait a minute. I think there might be another hero. Yeah, Mickey quickly cleans up that kill. The Focus Fire even committed for that. Oh, hook shot in. Moose really wants to prevent the Power Rune pickup. It's going to end up spawning bottom, so it doesn't really matter too much. But that Vessel doing some damage here to Nisha. He needs some help. Terrorized. Not being used quite yet. We'll just pop the Overgrowth for now. The Chains will hold down the Dark Willow. Another Bramble. Shackle comes out. Does manage to catch the Clockwork. And Nisha and Mickey will find that kill. Dude, how did Boxy get out of there?
Get a very nice Terrorize. He's been buying a lot of time. He may eventually fall here, though. He can only run for so long. There's all space for the Axe Bonham, though, who use this to farm up his Lotus. He is about 10 gold away. It's going to be a great item this game. The armor, protect himself versus the Clinks. The Spell Reflect for the Roar.
It's coming
some
right
of the slows, now. The Roots. Not so good versus these two heroes, though, in terms of reflecting.
Not the best ones, actually, but does at least get the Battle Hunger there on the moves. Might help Nisha finish the kill, and it does. Nisha needs to escape, though. The Searing Chains are coming. The rest of the heroes from Liquid are up on the high ground, but that Vessel doing some damage. He'll end up dying to it. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Mid laners are down, but Dream still plenty healthy here on the Clinks. Just doesn't have much more to chase with.
Takes a lot of damage on that Dragon Knight, but there's only so much you can armlet toggle versus a Spirit Vessel before you die. I think I saw one attempt in there.
Ace. Gets the Lotus off, but in comes Warwick with the Searing Chains, and of course Dream is there to finish the job. Another kill for the Clinks as he continues to pull away. And if he has the Shard, he's cleaning up their Ancient stacks.
He doesn't have the Shard, but he's still trying.
He's still got a lot of damage.
I've never really paid attention to the noise of the Ash Legion shield. That was cool.
Oh.
All right, this is good from Zero Tenacity, right? They have the more natural playmakers, so although Warwick had a pretty rough time in the lane, we have seen him get involved in these plays and make use of the fact that their abilities are just stronger right now. Just throw the ults, you get kills. Right? Liquid is the one that has to delay this, wait for their blinks, which should be right around the corner. Yeah, the blink is now delivered to Nisha. They've already smoked up. Eyes in the forest looking for their target. Very fortunate illusion rune there, giving him vision to get out early. And now you know the blink is online. Counter smoke, ready to go.
You're gonna be smoking into enemy vision now, right? Like they know the Roshan is up. Both teams can kill it pretty easily. So we'll see who manages to survive the next engagement, because that will probably decide it. As that like 19-minute Rosh into the Tormentor is always the ideal scenario.
If possible, you might like to place a Eye in the Forest around Rosh, but it's a little too scary right now, and in fact gets found.
Yeah, tried his best to hide, but they will get the kill, and now Moose stuck up on the high ground there. He'll be fine. Very difficult for Liquid to get the engagement now. As the Power Rune's going to spawn bottom, it's an invis for Nisha, but Ace needs some help. Trying to get away here with the Lotus Orb, will be able to for now. But he's falling very low, and they will just jump in. There's going to be the Dragon Tail, the Terrorize. Doesn't come out in time, and now Nisha in a lot of trouble, trying to hobble away here. Will survive thanks to the living armor, blink dodging out some of the damage, as there is still one more thing coming. Will be able to armlet toggle it. All right, 2 finds there, maybe a third now. Repeat deaths back to back here for Tofu as he walks to the high ground, trying to buy some information for his team, slow down this Rosh attempt.
I don't think you can test without him, though. Overgrowth is pretty strong in these early fights. So to get found and killed right away, he just respawned, TP'd, and got killed again there. So that'll secure the Rosh for 0 Tenacity. Some very nice plays there, and good moves wrapping around, finding the Treant Protector like that twice. Almost got Nisha in that too, but there was a nice 3-man shackle that kept Nisha alive.
Yeah, we haven't really seen the Wind Ranger come alive yet. This hero just kind of like sitting on the backside of fights. It's gotten some pickoffs for sure this game, but we're not really seeing it like accomplish a ton outside of that. It needs a lot of items for scaling. And like we mentioned, the 19-minute Roshan into positioning for Tormentor. I say that bottom lane, they're looking for the Wind Ranger. She committed the focus fire. Moves looking for the hookshot angle, can't get it thanks to the creep wave that was there. So Mickey actually forces a couple TPs bottom. They should be able to just go right back through the Twin Gate, though. Oh, well, I say that. Maybe not. Smoke gets broken.
Funny enough, they actually could have taken that fight, but they didn't know how many of the Liquid heroes were there, so they just backed out.
Yeah.
Which is the safe call when Tormentor's on the other side, right? So they don't take the risk. They just get the Tormentor for Skywrath. And this is... Okay, so the last time people started to try playing Skywrath was because of the Shard. It went from 2 bolts to 3. And this hero has very poor farming speed, but really good scaling later. Like, you're strong early, strong late, and the mid game is where it's kind of awkward. So people were thinking with the Shard, right, maybe that helps bridge the gap. It wasn't enough, so he dropped off again. But now with the recent turn of events, comboing the buffs with the previous Shard buffs, he's got the Kaya build. We'll see if that is enough to keep him scaling throughout this game.
Nice little pick off there for Liquid at the Twin Gate bottom. I agree with you. It's on paper, the Shard feels really good. He also went for an early Kaya. I mean, you can see in his net worth, the Shard, kind of separating him a little bit, but he hasn't been having too bad of a game, and if he manages to get to a couple more items, this hero's going to be putting out some serious damage.
Tofu heading up top on his own again, but here come 0 Tenacity. I don't think they've been able to set up as many eyes as they would like to, as in last game, right? They've been having a bit harder of a time. And credit to 0 Tenacity, right? They've been playing well around sentries, finding the Treant Protector, slowing down the Shard. It's a 1-5-5 for Tofu, so he hasn't been alive to even place them.
Moose finds him again.
Speaking
the smoke into the dust. Hook shot immediately takes out Tofu once again. I mean, Moose has got his number this game.
Yeah, it's why I appreciate that they didn't back down from the counter. You know, you lose game 1 after you respond like that. Sometimes it can shake you a little bit. Oh, maybe that was the wrong idea. Maybe, you know, a different hero. But no, it's still good. Don't worry. Like, I've got it again in game 2. We'll adjust in other ways, and it's going to be fine. And so far, it's paying off. I only see, what, like 2 trees down? 1 just got killed, so actually there's only 1?
Yeah, I mean, this Dragonite really desperately needs his BKB. He has it. Ooh, Warwick very close to finding him. The haste rune making those remnants incredibly quick. But with this, Nisha has managed to farm up to that BKB, so it'll be a lot more durable in these fights. The biggest problem that they had was the Vessel and the magic damage coming out from, you know, like a roar into Mystic Flare. But should be a lot more durable now.
I know I had my fun last game, but I don't know if I believe in the Phylactery as the second choice for Axe here. I feel like you really need that initiation from the Blink.
Yeah, I mean, it's the initiation's coming from Moose, man. They're forcing it every single time. I mean, I feel like you need a Blade Mail, man. You have to stop the damage coming out from the Clinks, but I don't know, man. You're doomed if you go one way, damned if you go the other. I don't know. Nisha blinks and aggressively. Roar comes out. He doesn't get the BKB. Oh no, your Nisha's dead before the fight even starts. Crimson Guard preventing any damage coming out from these heroes. It's a disaster. Liquid lose 4 right away. And it's just Tofu on the back line trying to hobble away from this Clockwork that's just not gonna stop. Hookshot's up in 5.
I'm surprised they
that is a
went
disaster.
for that. Because you lost the Axe, and then they still went in, essentially sieging their own high ground, because all of Zero Tenacity was in that triangle ready to go, and everyone had to run in. There was a great overgrowth catching a lot of heroes, but you'd already lost the Dragonite. The Wind Ranger was just about dead as it happened. Axe was already dead from before. Kind of a messy fight from Liquid to go for that. And Zero Tenacity going to grow the gold lead up to 5K now because of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very different fight if he gets the BKB off at the beginning, I think, but I don't even really know what Mickey died to, is the thing. Like, he just walked into the fight and died.
It was just Clinks damage.
I guess, yeah, just AoE damage from the Clinks.
Yeah, the wind run might have been down, or maybe he got silenced. I missed exactly how it happened, but you do have the damage to kill the Wind Ranger. We talked about the counter because of the evasion, but if the evasion's not going, you easily kill her.
Nisha does have the BKB. I mean, the Clinks is not here. He's going to pop it now to try and get something, but Warwick has found the Axe on the other side of the fight, and Nisha just doesn't have any damage into this Crimson Guard. Silence on Tamike. Axe able to hobble his way back into the base, but Warwick gonna chase. They get the overgrowth out of him, but the shield rune, as well as his own Flame Guard, just protecting him. They get everything out of Liquid there.
You don't lose anything. Roche is right around the corner too, so I think you can push mid, try to take this tower. You have a Clinks, you should be able to do it, and then Roche, if you're lucky, will be spawning quickly, and you can just head straight in while the cooldowns are still waiting for Liquid.
We were talking about Clinks, and like, it's not an ideal scenario for him to build the MKB, but he almost has it. Like, 18 stacks on the Deso, he's about 400 away from that MKB, which is going to make the life of this Wind Ranger really rough.
Has been having a great life already, actually. now the MKV will make it even worse.
Well, they go in for the focus fire. The damage is there. Can they finish off this Beastmaster? He's a big part. He gets He gets the Crimson Guard off. He's still alive. They jump into the back line, trying to Searing Chains up Mickey. They get another shackle as Yules gets reflected thanks to the Lotus Orb, and a dunk out from Ace. Hold up, hold up. Liquid. They're showing some signs of life, looking for moves. The dust is going to catch Dream. They get the brambles on him as well as the Dragon Tail. This might just be the full team wipe as Roche respawns. How does this happen? How does Liquid turn this around? And they killed Dream's courier with his MKB on it.
And Roche. Wow. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Roche just respawned. If they know about it, like, they have focus fire. I mean,
I do know this hook shot missed. I remember that at the start. Mickey did sidestep at the last second, so the hook shot ended up whiffing past him. So although Mickey got low, he was able to stay at the edge of the fight, continue the focus fire on the Beastmaster, who was able to use some abilities, but not really in the ideal way, like in synergy with Clinks to delete a hero. He was more focused on running away from the Wind Ranger. So it started off on a good foot. I really thought Clinks would have been able to, like, it's enough time for him to do the damage, but I guess maybe he just wasn't in position. I'd have to go back to that one in the future to see exactly how Liquid managed to turn that one around. They didn't feel the confidence to do Roche, though, so it will still go to 0 Tenacity, but the gold lead has completely swung around.
Yeah, it's like you might have the confidence now. Nisha has an Amplify damage. He has the Blink BKB. Everything is up. And with this, 0 Tenacity actually smoke. It's like a fake Roche attempt here. They get the roar, and now they're looking to position on the enemy kind of jungle here. We'll see who ends up finding who. A potential make or break fight here for both teams. All right.
This is where usually you'd have the advantage with the Eyes in the Forest, but because of how the game's been going, you don't really have any set up right now. So they're trying to at least move as a team, get some down. Maybe you get one around the Roche pit, that would help a lot, but sentries are actually already down looking for that.
The Serrated Shiv pickup for the Wind Ranger is an incredibly strong neutral item. It basically allows her to, like, solo Roche on in like 15 seconds because it's just tons of pure damage to Roche. But we'll see what happens here. They're gonna smoke up again. They see the Invis rune on the bottom here, maybe baiting it. But Warwick is as well. They're going to deny it. They see Tofu. They know they're on the high ground there. Who's going to jump first is the real question. They go in. They get their hands onto the Ember Spirit. The BKB comes out looking for the Axe Call, but he's silenced up. They get a nice shackle. Nisha's fallen low. The damage is so much from the Clinks. He just whips through 3. Instantly, the Burning Barrage just destroys them.
Everyone's on the run.
It wasn't even close. He's all... Shackles is there. He's got a lot of damage, but Warwick, with that buyback, like you said, looking to find these kills, and the Clinks continuing to rain in artillery fire, and Overgrowth buying some time, but Desire will find the kill anyway. The pendulum swings. It's time for 0 Tenacity to take the entire high ground of Liquid, as Clinks does this so fast.
Mickey trying to find anything to delay this.
Oh, no.
Can't even kill the Skyrack.
There. He doesn't have it.
Clinks content to get to work on the tower. No distractions from him, though he is out of mana. This is going to slow down the push a little bit. He should still be able to clear up the top barracks. I don't think you can get mid since you're out of mana, but you should be able to just go back for Roche. Liquid is pinging it, though. They know that because Dream took top racks, is going to take him some time. Maybe you can sneak into Roche fast enough. You can at least get in position to fight it.
The Crimson Guard from Beastmaster is doing way too much. They need to kill this guy at the start of the fight.
You want to, but easier said than done when he has the AC and the Crimson Guard.
Hook shot in. Managed to find Boxy. He's trying his best. Blink Dragon Tail out from Nisha. They're looking to finish off the Clockwork Yules. And with the Crimson Guard being out, they might be able to get themselves enough space. Mickey from the high ground, just a couple auto attacks will be able to do it. All right, Shackle Shot coming back off cooldown. I mean, here's the thing. Like I said, Wind Ranger can kill Roche incredibly fast with Focus Fire. They do get the D ward here. And with that, it should be Roche going to Liquid here very quickly. Tofu just trying to put himself on the front line here. All right, Aegis for the Wind Ranger. Warwick, nice Searing Chains, trying to get some vision for his team, but doesn't look like they're willing to dive in. They don't have the Clockwork, the real initiator.
All right, as the dust settles, Liquid has the Aegis and the banner. You really need the banner versus the Clinks to be able to actually push high ground, but that's kind of far down the road because all the tier 2s are actually still up, and although they have Roche, it is still a very even game. I don't think Zero Tenacity needs to be too scared of this Aegis. You just need to continue to take smart fights, which they've been really good about for most of this game. Liquid has managed to find a couple to keep them in this game, keep it close, but a lot of the times it does feel like it's Zero Tenacity driving the game.
It does. And like a couple of things here and there, Liquid do manage to kind of bring it back even, but it definitely has felt like Zero Tenacity has been in the lead for the majority of this. We'll see what they can get done with the Aegis. The thing is, you're still down a lane of racks. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's a big one. I'm trying to see if there's any major items. I mean, the big one I'm going to keep my eyes on is Skywrath Mage has the Scythe of Ice queued up, and he is honestly not that far away from completing it. Okay, he's actually still pretty far. He needs a few thousand gold, but it is something that, you know, Blink Scythe from Desire is something that we could very easily see this game.
I think we will at this rate. I mean, it's been a pretty close game. I think it's gonna go to the third Roche, and by that point, the Skywrath will likely have farmed or killed enough heroes to have that Scythe. See if Tofu can get more trees down. I think that's one of the big differences from game 1 to game 2 is that he has had a lot more trouble getting these down. Can't even get his own Wisdom Shrine.
Boxy is going to get the kill, the Force Staff away. All right. Gets the Shrine, gets the kill. He's not making it out of this one, but in terms of a pretty big rotation, they got what they wanted. And the question is, can they get out? Mickey does not find a shackle. Needs to be actually very careful here himself. The Burning Army almost killing him.
That's not even the hero.
No, that is just the summons, bro. This guy is... He's doing some damage. Nisha continuing to look for heroes. Is he going to find him the trees? He does at the last second. Gets the Bloodthorn off, and that's the best hero that you can find. No Crimson Guard, no Roar.
Boxy getting so much done around that Wisdom Shrine. Helps to save Tofu, gets the kill. Actually gets the Wisdom Shrine. I can't believe he secured that in time. And then he does die, but it wastes a lot of Zero Tenacity's time that the rest of the team can get in and find one more kill.
Yeah.
I don't think we're likely to see the Aegis accomplish too much. You might be able to get a tier 2. I think one of the big things, though, is that Tofu is finally on the enemy's half of the map. He's been trying to get here for so long and just never been able to be here. But now you can try to start putting down some trees on their half, which will give you a little bit more information to work with. And they have retained the gem still. It is on Nisha right now.
Yeah, he's holding it on the Dragon Knight.
You probably will have to buy another gem. I don't know when it's going to be available for Zero Tenacity, but I think you do need one now that more trees are down.
Gonna try and sit behind your Wind Ranger mid here. No, they're gonna TP back. I mean, they've got to deal with the lane of Rax that's pushing in. Double catapult wave here. With this, Zero Tenacity might just go on the scouting mission. being led here, of course, by Moose on the Clockwork. If he finds anyone with a flare, he's going in. Jump in from Warwick.
It's got to be so careful here.
They're going to find Ace. He does have the Lotus Orb to try and get a little bit of space. Warwick popped the BKB. The hook shot's in, but it doesn't actually connect. They're scrambling to find anything here. Tofu still has Guardian Greaves, has a Force Staff. He's going to turn around. Big overgrowth onto 4, but dies immediately. The Burning Army is doing way too much damage, but it's the backside of the fight. Liquid with the flank. They're collapsing. A big Curse Crown stuns them down. Mickey gets the kills. Now Warwick on the run. Needs to be careful. He's got no remnants left. And Axe, he's managed to finally get the pesky Clockwork. They get the kill onto Warwick as well. Tofu sacrificing himself for his entire team. Paying off big.
Yeah, but you get the overgrowth, and it's a unique route. Only 2, I guess 3 now in the game that also disarm you, so it buys a lot of time. Even though he dies to all the skeletons, Axe then gets low, and I imagine a lot of Zero Tenacity's heroes are looking down at the Axe, like planning to get him. Then they get jumped in the back. You lose your Beastmaster right away, and we've talked about Clinks. He does an insane amount of damage, but once you actually get on top of the hero, he can still die pretty easily against other farmed cores, which is exactly what happens. They finally get to him. I don't think he was focused fire. I think that was on the Beastmaster, but now you're just auto-attacking with like your Dragon Knight who has a bunch of damage. The Wind Ranger's regular items are doing a bunch. Once Clinks is out, you don't have the damage to continue the fight.
Okay,
Barracks has been equalized.
Nice Force Staff, he's out. And yeah, Barracks equalized, the Clinks is up. You still got about 25 seconds before the Ember Spirit's gonna rejoin the fight, but you have now blown the game finally wide open. Is the first like real gold advantage of the game. Like it's been teetering back and forth like 3 to 5K, but now a 16,000 gold advantage going the way of Liquid. And now with this, I mean, you're gonna see some really big items coming out for these heroes. Wind Ranger, queuing up the Aghanim Scepter eventually, which is always really strong. Ace is going hard up to Rask. He almost has it. But there's going to be the Lincoln Sphere for Mickey as well.
Because of how that game suddenly shifted around, Zero Tenacity was on pace to get the Blink Scythe before Lincoln's came out. Now, with Liquid pulling all these winning fights, the Lincoln's is already out. So now one of the key targets you want to go for is pretty much off the list of possibilities. And did they lose their gem? Because now I see Liquid has 2, and I don't think you would buy a second. I may have missed it if Zero Tenacity
Beastmaster was holding
right
a gem for
fight.
a while. Yeah, Beastmaster was holding a gem early on in this game. So yeah, they definitely lost it. I don't know who bought it on the side of Zero Tenacity, but they definitely had one.
Is painful. That means these trees are likely to survive, which now if you take a look at the minimap, way more trees. Earlier there was like 1 or 2, but now, yeah, we see across all lanes there is some kind of tree helping to scout where Zero Tenacity is. And this is how Liquid played the last game and were able to win and make all the moves because they knew where Zero Tenacity was. This time,
you just have so much vision.
Yeah, this time they struggled. Zero Tenacity was doing a great job, but after 1 or 2 losing fights, Tofu just sprints across the map as fast as a tree can do and places all the eyes.
Ooh, look at the neutral item he's gone for on Nisha here. Not one that I've really seen all that much, but the new Flares Boda. It's the base damage and attack speed, but refreshed on Hero's Death, so they're all in for teamfight damage on this guy now.
Tofu was just being highlighted, holding the Kobold Cup even now. I kind of like the idea actually because
like, yeah.
when the skeleton walk plus Burning Army comes out, you have to get away from that. So actually the AoE move speed is pretty good. I'd be curious what his other options were. I wasn't really paying attention. Maybe he also had terrible choices, but it's pretty funny to see him holding this the entire game.
Yeah. Foxy jumps in. There's the Hex out from Desire. They get the kill. Blink Call comes through as well, but there's the Burning Army. Mickey on top of Desire, but on Dream, but who's gonna win? Mickey falling low, has to retreat. In comes the Overgrowth. Warwick gets the BKB to try and hold his ground. Nefrit looking for the Roar, finds him, but Dream dies to Nisha. The Dragon Knight is here. The call's gonna find Nefrit. Liquid starting to surround him. The TP out will be there for the Ember, but the damage is done. 2 massive kills for Liquid.
Still looking, but Desire already out. Grabbing the Wisdom Shrine before heading home. But this means Liquid. Oh, okay. Actually, I thought they would push, but they're gonna go for the Clockwork instead.
He's dragging the wave. He pulled the mid wave all the way up here through the jungle. So, dude,
out
Moose
of
is
here?
a
No way,
gamer.
Moose.
He's such a gamer. Oh my goodness, Moose Clockwork, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
The creep wave did return though to the mid lane. Fortify. A little early means some of these back creeps should stay alive.
Roche is up, but they are really just wanting to finish off this lane of Rax. They could go back for the Roshan after this.
Yeah, the tier 2 top is still up, so it would take too long to go for that. Roche with the refresher and the cheese. The next level of banner as well. Your tier 4s can take the chip damage because you've got the Treant Protector. They're not too worried about that. What a turnaround in this game.
This series in general, I think, has been pretty good. Game 1 definitely felt a little bit more one-sided, but is Zero Tenacity has shown lots of signs of life. In this game, they felt like they were in the driver's seat. They blink the shackle, they come in, they get the call. They need to be able to bail out this Ember Spirit, but he is dead. 2 will fall right away. Roar onto the Wind Ranger. Klink's trying his best to hit him from downtown, but he doesn't have the ability to close the gap, and now it's just Dream on the run, but surrounded by Liquid. 4 dead, make it 5 as another call comes through from Ace. That's the team wipe, and they will end this one. There is no hopes left for Zero Tenacity.
There it is, the GG's. It was a pretty good skeleton, burning army at the end, but at this point now, there's been enough items on the heroes that they live through it. Along with the fact that they had enough vision down the trees and the wards that